Okay, good noon, listeners. So in our previous discussions, so we are discussing on the basic concepts of an angle. I mean the meaning of an angle, when it is positive, when it is negative. So by using the basic definition of the trigonometry also in our previous class, we came to know how the sides and angles of a triangle are connected in the form of a trigonometrical ratios as sin theta, cos theta, tan theta and their reciprocals. And also we came to have few basic identities and sub-identities on the trigonometric functions. Also we came to know the quadrant rule of sines, and also we know in the previous class the numerical values of the trigonometric functions when they are connected to some standard angles as 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. So well, listeners, these are all the concepts which are already in your high school standard itself, but even those concepts are very much essential to cultivate the best knowledge of trigonometry in your diploma classes also. That's why I just recall all those concepts in the previous class. Now let us concentrate our interest on the actual concept, that is the allied angles. As I said in the previous discussion, angle means the abbreviation is theta, the circular distance between the initial position and the terminal position of a revolving ray. So with respect to literature, allied means related. So what is related for the angle? I mean, in our previous class also we came to know when there is a revolving ray, it defines the minimum extent of 0 degree and the maximum extent of 360 degree. So any related angle, I mean the angle, any angle which is related to theta is referred as a allied angle. So that is the general definition with respect to literature for the allied angle. For example, so in case of the specific definition, so it will be well-known definition, that is, if n is any positive integer and theta may be some acute angle. I repeat, if n is any positive integer and theta may be some acute angle, then the angle of the form n into pi by 2 plus or minus theta is called as an allied angle. So the equation of the form n into pi by 2 plus or minus theta is called as an allied angle, where n is any positive integer and theta is some acute angle. For instance, suppose if you take n is equal to 0, what we will get is 0 into anything is 0. So you will get plus or minus theta, means so minus theta and plus theta. So we all know what happens, how the RHS acts when connected to trigonometric functions sine, cos, tan and the reciprocal for an angle theta. Now in this session we are going to connect all the trigonometric functions for a new angle minus theta in the left hand side, and finally we came to know how this minus theta is related to theta. That is the intention of discussing the concept on the allied angles. So how this minus theta is related to theta, our interest is. Later on, suppose if n is equal to 1, what we will get is 1 into pi by 2. Pi means pi radian, it is 180 degree, divided by 2 is 90. So you will get 90 plus or minus theta. So you will get two ranges of the angles as 90 minus theta and 90 plus theta. And also we came to observe how this 90 minus theta is connected to theta. How this 90 plus theta is related to theta. I mean, in other words, we are going to connect all the trigonometric functions for 90 minus theta and 90 plus theta, and we are interested to know all these angles, how they are aligned to theta. That is the summary. So analogous to this, if you take n is equal to 2, you will get 2 gets cancels. Pi means 180 degree. So it is 180 plus or minus theta. I mean, now we are interested to connect all the trigonometric functions for the angle of a range 180 minus theta and 180 plus theta, and we are interested to know how these 180 minus theta and 180 plus theta angles are related to theta, are allied to theta. And also similarly, if n is equal to 3, we will get 3 into 90. 3 into 90 it is 270. 270 plus or minus theta. And if n is equal to 4, if n is equal to 4, 2 ones are 2 twos are 2 into pi is 2 into 180 is 60. So 2 into 180 is 360. 360 plus or minus theta. So if you take n is equal to 5, the same angles will be repeated with a higher magnitude. So the summary is, in this chapter we are going to connect all the trigonometric functions for an angle other than theta. For an angle other than theta. Other than theta means, so which are the other than angles means? It may be minus theta, 90 plus or minus theta, 180 plus or minus theta, 270 plus or minus theta, 360 plus or minus theta. So in all the cases, our intention is all these angles, how they are related to theta, how they are allied to theta. So these are appeared further in the form of a formula, how this angle is related to theta, how this angle is related to theta. By hook or crook, every student should remember this concept. So if you are unable to follow this concept, so rest of the syllabus may be not so easy for you. Now let us try to connect all these angles for our original angle theta. So in this chapter, so you may say one of the familiar definition for the allied angles is, in a single sentence, angle of any size is called as an allied angle. Now let us concentrate our interest on connection of all the trigonometric functions for an angle minus theta to plus theta. So I will prove all these things. So as we all know in the previous discussion, a plane is divided into 4 equal parts by the presence of the 2 mutually perpendicular lines, XO, X dash and YO, Y dash, as shown here. Suppose our revolving line is here. If this revolving line rotates in the anti-clockwise direction, then we know, according to one of our convention, so the generated angles are taken as a positive. For example, so revolving line, after some time, it occupies in this position. Now, what is the circular distance traveled by it is plus theta. Plus theta because revolving ray rotates in the anti-clockwise direction. You may call this position as OP. For the geometry purpose, you just drop a perpendicular OM to XO, X dash. Instead of this, if this revolving line rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, suppose it rotates in the clockwise direction, we also know the generated angle under such a circumstance, one has to taken as a negative. Suppose it rotates in the clockwise direction like this. Now it is this revolving line, you may call that a OP dash. Now here the generated angle is not theta, it is minus theta. You should be very much clear about the difference. Here it is plus theta because our revolving ray rotates in the anti-clockwise direction. Here it is minus theta because our revolving ray rotates in the clockwise direction. As in the previous case, so draw P dash, say M dash. So definitely, so the angle OMP is right angled to M. So OM dash P dash, which is also right angled at P. So these two triangles, which are those two triangles, OPM and OP'(M') in a geometry sense, you can call it as a congruent to each other. Congruent means these two triangles will possess the same shape and size. Since these two triangles are congruent, so I just write geometrically the magnitude of OM is definitely equal to magnitude of OM dash. So it is OM, that itself is a OM dash. Therefore, length of OM is equal to OM dash. Then this radius vector OP is numerically equal to OP dash also. I explained in the previous class, it is a radius vector. It is positive wherever the quadrant is in, wherever it is present in the quadrant. OP is equal to OP dash. One more important thing is, I here write PM is equal to P'(M'), no doubt, but I will write it as a minus P'(M') because this PM represents a vertical distance. So vertical distance means y-axis. This is the y distance parallel to y-axis, and it is above the origin. It is positive. Analogous to this P'(M') is also parallel to y-axis, but this y distance is below the origin. That's why we take it as a negative quantity. So with respect to that convention, P to M, P' to M', you just see the direction is reverses. PM is equal to minus P'(M'). So you have to remember these geometrical concepts before connecting all the trigonometric functions for minus theta with those of theta. Now let us start our journey with sine of an angle. So I just connect a trigonometric function sine for an angle minus theta. Please observe the change in the previous discussion. In the previous class, we are connected sine of a function for theta. We write opposite to hypotenuse side like that. So here the same trigonometric functions, it is connected not for theta, but it is minus theta. In the figure, we find minus theta here. Whether it is minus theta or sine theta plus theta, if it is connected to sine of a function, definitely it is a ratio from opposites to hypotenuse. Now it is theta, it is minus theta, of course. So it is minus theta. Now we are going to connect minus theta for sine. Definition of sine is opposite to hypotenuse. What is opposite? It is P'(M'), is it not? So it is P'(M') divided by hypotenuse is OP dash. Geometrically, you can compare. I just write this P'(M') is nothing but a minus PM, because geometrically we came to know PM is equal to minus P'(M'). Therefore, P'(M') can also be written as minus PM. So, and also we came to know OP dash is nothing but a OP. OP dash is equal to OP because these two triangles are congruent. So now you just observe here, write the minus sign as it is. What is PM? PM is a side which is opposite to angle theta. I mean, PM I just referred as the opposite side to what? Opposite side to theta. Divided by OP is an hypotenuse side. So for which one? It is angle. So opposite to theta divided by hypotenuse to theta, we know that it is sine theta. Our intention will be successfully connected. I mean, we want to know how this minus theta is allied to theta. If we connect this minus theta for sine of a function, the result obtained is sine of minus theta, which is equal to minus sine theta. It is very, very important relation. Please remember it perfectly. Always sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. So analogous to this case, let us try to connect cosine of function. I mean cos. For which angle? The same angle minus theta. Here it is minus theta. here we are going to connect cos. Cos of an angle is simply adjacent to hypotenuse. Since we are connected to minus theta, so we have to write adjacent to minus theta. It is adjacent to minus theta. It is OM dash divided by hypotenuse to minus theta. It is OP dash. We came to know geometrically OM dash is equal to OM and OP dash is equal to OP. So now you can write OM is also adjacent side to an angle theta divided by OP is hypotenuse side to an angle theta. But we know in the previous class a ratio from adjacent to theta to the hypotenuse to theta is cosine of an angle, that is cos theta. Therefore, finally we came to know cos of an angle, cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta. Thus, you can connect minus theta for cos function. The right hand side results is cos theta. Therefore, cos of minus theta, which is equal to cos theta. Now, let us try to write the rest of the trigonometric functions, not only geometrically and also by making use of a reciprocal relations and basic identities. For instance, we know in the previous class, tangent of an angle can also be defined as a ratio from sine of an angle to the cosine of an angle. That is, tan theta is equal to sine theta divided by cos theta. What is sine? Tan theta is equal to sine theta by cos theta. So like that, tan of minus theta, you can also write tan of minus theta as sine of minus theta divided by cos of minus theta. But we proved now only sine of minus theta is nothing but a minus sine theta. That is, in the numerator, minus sine theta divided by cos of minus theta, it is cos theta only. Now, minus sine theta, minus right as it is, sine theta by cos theta is tan theta. Thus, we can say tan of minus theta is always equal to minus tan theta. So, this is how tangent of a function, when it is connected to minus theta, so it is allied to theta in that fashion. So now which are the remaining? The remaining are reciprocals of these three. So let us start these reciprocals from cot itself. Cot of minus theta, you can prove it by adjacent to opposite or cos to sine or even 1 by tan also. I just write cot of minus theta as 1 by tan of minus theta because cot and tan are reciprocal to each other. This is equal to 1 by tan of minus theta. Now only we proved that it is minus tan theta. Now minus 1 by tan theta means it is cot theta. So conclusion is cot of minus theta is always equal to minus cot theta. Cot of minus theta is equal to minus cot theta. Now, secant of minus theta. We know that secant is reciprocal for cos. We know that secant of minus theta is nothing but a cos of minus theta. So, we proved now only cos of minus theta is nothing but a cos theta. Then 1 by cos theta, we know that it is secant theta. Therefore, you can write when secant connected to minus theta, the answer is plus secant theta. Secant of minus theta is equal to secant theta. So, last one is cosecant of minus theta. As we all know, cosecant is reciprocal for sine. Therefore, it is 1 by minus sine theta. This is equal to 1 by sine of minus theta we proved as minus sin theta. So therefore minus 1 by sin it is cosecant theta. Thus we came to know cosecant of minus theta is always equal to minus cosecant theta. So thus if you connect the minus theta for all trigonometric functions, so the result on the right hand side, whatever it may be, the angle should be expressed in theta only. So observe here in all the results, so out of the 6 trigonometric functions, the 4 trigonometric functions possesses negative side on their right hand side. Sine it is minus, tan it is minus, cot it is minus, cosecant it is minus. But when we connect minus theta to cosine of an angle and it is reciprocal secant of an angle, the right hand side exists with positive sign only. You can remember this one in a simple way by using the ASTC rule of signs. So if angle generated is plus theta, the revolving ray lies in the first quadrant where all positive. So the angle lies in the fourth quadrant, then only we will take theta as minus theta, but in the fourth quadrant, all the trigonometric functions are negative, only cos and its reciprocal secant is positive. By using this concept, you can remember why cosine of an angle is positive and its reciprocal is also positive on its right hand side when it is connected to minus theta. So this is how the minus theta is related to theta. It's one of the allied angle. Now let us continue our journey with connecting all the trigonometric functions for minus theta. Sorry, connecting all the trigonometric functions for 90 minus theta. So with those of theta. So 90 minus, now the question is connect all the trigonometric functions for 90 minus theta with those of theta. We know that 90 minus theta means, so it is an angle whose magnitude is less than 90 degree, means it coming under first quadrant. By using the idea of the complementary angle itself, we can connect the trigonometric functions for 90 minus theta. I just connect one right angle triangle. I just call it as right angled triangle ABC, which is right angled at B. So as we know, 90 minus theta is an acute angle. It lies in the first quadrant. So you just take, this is angle theta. This is angle theta. In your previous discussions, we came to know one of the property in case of a right angle triangle. In any right angle triangle, except the right angle, sum of the other two angles is equal to 90. So I repeat it, in any right angle triangle, except the right angle, the sum of the remaining two angles must give the 90 degrees. Since it is a right angle, this is the right angle. So if it is theta, definitely the angle, this angle should be something. If you add this something to theta, the answer should be 90. So for theta, by adding 90 minus theta only, it will be 90 only. I repeat. So in any right angle, except the right angle, sum of the other two angles must give the 90. So with respect to that convention, this angle is 90 minus theta. Now what we are looking for means, we are connecting all the trigonometric functions for 90 minus theta and express those angles in terms of theta. So let us start our discussion with sine of an angle. Sine of 90 minus theta. If it is sine, it's a ratio from opposite to hypotenuse. Opposite to which angle? 90 minus theta. So for this angle, the opposite is AB. Please try to understand. So BC is a side which is opposite to theta. AB is a side which is opposite to 90 minus theta. Therefore, when we connect the sine of an angle when we connect the sine of an angle for 90 minus theta, when we connect sine of an angle for 90 minus theta, so it is opposite. Hypotenuse is same for both the angles. So hypotenuse is AC. Now you can say AB is definitely it is a side opposite to 90 minus theta. Simultaneously, the side AB is adjacent to angle theta. So with respect to requirement, I just replace AB as an adjacent side to theta. Of course, no doubt AC is an hypotenuse for 90 minus theta and also theta. So here I just write AC as a hypotenuse side to theta. We know that adjacent to hypotenuse is cos theta. That's why, so you can write sine of 90 minus theta, which is equal to, so cos theta. So we are connecting 90 minus theta. We are connecting the 90 minus theta with respect to theta. If you connect the 90 minus theta for sine on the LHS, it results cos for the RHS. Now work out the same concept for cos. I mean, connect the 90 minus theta for cos, and what it will result on the right hand side. Let us see. 90 minus theta. Cos means adjacent to hypotenuse. Adjacent means, so 90 minus theta for which side is adjacent means it is BC. This is opposite, right? So it is BC. Hypotenuse is, so it is AC. So I can say BC is simultaneously opposite side for theta. BC is adjacent to 90 minus theta. At the same time, it is opposite to theta. That's why I just write BC as an opposite to theta, and as AC you can write hypotenuse to theta. But we know that opposite to hypotenuse, it is sine of an angle. The angle is theta. Therefore, we proved cos of 90 minus theta is always equal to sine theta. This is also very important relation. Cos of 90 minus theta is equal to sine theta. Instead of writing all these things again by using, so instead of writing all these things repeatedly, by using the concept of the basic identities and reciprocal relations, you can write tan of 90 minus theta. It's a ratio from sine to cos. The angle is 90 minus theta divided by, it is cos of 90 minus theta. But we proved sine of 90 minus theta, which is nothing but a cos theta. Similarly, we proved cos of 90 minus theta, which is equal to sine theta. So thus cos theta by sine theta, it is cos theta. Therefore, tan of 90 minus theta, which is equal to cot theta. Tan of 90 minus theta is equal to cot theta. Now, cot of 90 minus theta, use the reciprocal relation. Cot theta is 1 by tan theta. Theta is 90 minus. This is equal to 1 by, we proved now only tan of 90 minus theta, it is cot theta. But we know 1 by cot theta, it is tan theta. Therefore, cot of 90 minus theta is always equal to tan theta. Cot of 90 minus theta is always equal to tan theta. Then secant of 90 minus theta. Again, you can also discuss this one using the reciprocal relation. It is a reciprocal for cos. But we know cos of 90 minus theta is, it is sine. We also know 1 by sine theta, which is equal to cosecant theta. Therefore, you can write. So secant of 90 minus theta always equal to cosecant theta. Secant of 90 minus theta is always equal to cosecant theta. Finally, cosecant of 90 minus theta. We know that cosecant is a reciprocal of sine. So it is 1 by sine of 90 minus theta. So sine of 90 minus theta, we proved now only it is cos theta. But we know 1 by cos theta is secant theta. So therefore, you can write cosecant of 90 minus theta is equal to secant theta. So observe the things which are written on the box. In all these things, in all the 6 results, the LHS is there in terms of 90 minus theta only. Observe, these are all the very serious things. LHS is expressed in terms of LHS only. 90 minus theta is expressed in terms of in LHS only. The intention is how this 90 minus theta is allied to theta. It should result in terms of theta on the RHS, right? So in this way, 90 minus theta is connected to theta, is allied to theta. Once again, it is also proof for your ASTC rule of sines. Observe here, 90 minus theta. 90 minus theta is an angle which is coming under first quadrant. According to ASTC rule of sines, all the trigonometric functions, when they are connected to an angle which is coming under first quadrant, will yield a positive sign. Observe here, all the 6 results, whatever may be on its right hand side, so it assigned with a positive sign, right? So once again, it is a confirmatory test for a ASTC rule. All the trigonometric functions on its right hand side positive, because 90 minus theta coming under first quadrant. tan theta. But tan of 90 plus theta, we came to know it is minus cot theta, which is equal to minus 1 by cot theta. We know that it is tan theta. Therefore, we can write cot of 90 plus theta is equal to minus tan theta. Right? Now, secant of 90 plus theta. We know that secant is a reciprocal for cos. Right? 1 by, we proved that the cos of 90 plus theta as minus sine theta, which is equal to minus 1 by sine theta means it is cosecant theta. Therefore, one can write whenever cosecant of an angle is connected to 90 plus theta, it is allied to theta on the right hand side in the form of minus secant theta. Right? So last, cosecant of 90 plus theta. We know that cosecant is a reciprocal for sine. It is 1 by sine of 90 plus theta, which is equal to 1 by, we proved sine of 90 plus theta is cos theta. We know 1 by cos theta as secant theta. Therefore, the result is cosecant of 90 plus theta is always equal to secant theta. So observe all these 6 results. In all the results, for any trigonometric function in the LHS, angle is 90 plus theta. Whatever may be the result on the RHS, the result is existed in the form of theta only. We connect 90 plus theta to theta for an angle which is coming under second quadrant. Once again, you can check the quadrant rule of sine in these results also. How means 90 plus theta coming under second quadrant, isn't it? So 90 plus theta, if it is coming under second quadrant, according to ASTC rule of sine, only sine and its reciprocal cosecant is positive. So in that manner, when we connect 90 plus theta to sine, the result on the RHS is positive sine. When we connect 90 plus theta for its reciprocal cosecant, the result on the RHS is positive, and the rest of the trigonometric functions on their right hand side will assigned with a negative sign only. So this is how, so one can check the obtained results for ASTC rule of science. So now we finishes minus theta, 90 minus theta and 90 plus theta for the trigonometric functions. So one try to know how these angles are allied to theta. Now we just continue our journey for the new angle 180 minus theta. Let us start our journey with sine of a function as usual. 180 minus theta. Now, by applying a common sense, you can write 180 as 90 plus 90. The rest is minus theta. Now, I just split 180 degree as 90 degree plus 90 degree. For my convention, I just consider 90 minus theta as theta for time being. I just consider 90 minus theta as theta. If it is so, you can read this one as sine of 90 plus theta. But we proved now only sine of 90 plus theta, it is cos theta. But what is there in the place of theta? It is 90 minus theta. I hope it is clear for you. So we split 180 degree as 90 plus 90. For time being, we take 90 minus theta as theta. If it is so, you can read this one as sine of 90 plus theta. We know that sine of 90 plus theta is cos theta. In the place of theta, it is 90 minus theta. Therefore, you can write cos of 90 minus theta. Also, we proved cos of 90 minus theta as sine theta. Observe the previous results. We proved cos of 90 minus theta as sine theta. So, conclusion is always sine of 180 minus theta is equal to sine theta. Sine of 180 minus theta is theta. This is how 180 minus theta is allied to theta when it is connected to sine of a function. Now cos. Similarly, you can write for cos also. Cos of 180 minus theta. As usual, 180 you can split as a 90 plus 90. Write down the remaining minus theta as it is. You just imagine 90 minus theta as theta only. The expression will become cos of 90 plus theta. We proved cos of 90 plus theta as minus sine theta. But in the place of theta, we consider it is 90 minus theta. So as in the previous case. So now it is minus of sine of 90 minus theta. This is equal to minus, we also proved sine of 90 minus theta is cos theta. Right? Therefore, the conclusion is always cos of 180 minus theta is equal to minus cos theta. Cos of 180 minus theta is equal to minus cos theta. Now, as usual, write down the rest of the trigonometric functions by using these two at the previous results. Now, tan of 180 minus theta, you can rewrite this one as a ratio from sine of 180 minus theta to cos of 180 minus theta. We have a result for sine of 180 minus theta. It is sine theta. Similarly, for cos of 180 minus theta, it is minus cos theta minus sine by cos, it is tan theta. Therefore, one can write whenever tan of a function is connected to 180 minus theta, the result obtained on the right hand side is in the form of minus tan theta. Tan of 180 minus theta is equal to minus tan theta. Now, cot of theta is a reciprocal for tan. Therefore, it is 1 by tan. But we proved now only tan of 180 minus theta is minus tan theta. Minus, we know 1 by tan theta is cot theta. Thus, we can write cot of 180 minus theta is always equal to minus cot theta. Cot of 180 minus theta is always equal to minus cot theta. Then next one is secant. We know that the secant is reciprocal for cos. It is 1 by cos of 180 minus theta. But we proved cos of 180 minus theta as minus cos theta. But we know 1 by cos theta as secant theta. Now this is equal to, therefore the conclusion is secant of 180 minus theta is always equal to minus secant theta. Secant of 180 minus theta is always equal to minus secant theta. So last one is cosecant of 180 minus theta. You can write using reciprocal relation as 1 by sine of 180 minus theta. We proved sine of 180 minus theta as sine theta only. 1 by sine, we also know it is cosecant theta. Therefore, the conclusion is cosecant of 180 minus theta, so which is equal to cosecant theta. So observe all the 6 results. So once again, I want to say, in this fashion, 180 minus theta is allied to theta when it is connected to all the 6 trigonometric functions. Once again, you can check all these results by using a quadrant rule of sines. According to ASTC rule, 180 minus theta coming under second quadrant, only sine and its reciprocal are positive on the right hand side when they are connected to an angle which is greater than 90 but less than 180. So 180 minus theta, when we connect it for sine, the result on the right hand side is positive quantity. When we connect 180 minus theta for cosecant of an angle, the result obtained on the right hand side is positive. So only sine and its reciprocal takes a positive sign on the right hand side, and the rest of the trigonometric functions assigned with a negative sign on the right hand side, because 180 minus theta coming under second quadrant, in second quadrant only sine and its reciprocal cosecant are positive. This is the summary. So analogous to these 180 minus theta, now let us connect all the 6 trigonometric functions for the another angle 180 plus theta, and let us know how the results are aligned with theta. So as that of the previous class, here also the same procedure. The difference is there it is 180 minus theta, here it is 180 plus theta. So in the previous case we split 180 as 90 plus 90, write the rest of plus theta as it is. Again consider 90 plus theta as theta, then it is sine of 90 plus theta. We know that sine of 90 plus theta, it is cos theta. In the place of theta, it is 90 plus theta. We also put cos of 90 plus theta as minus sine theta. Therefore, you can write sine of 180 plus theta, which is equal to minus sine theta. Right? Now, cos of 180 plus theta, as usual, split 180 degree as 90 plus 90. Write down the remaining plus theta as it is. Consider 90 plus theta as theta. If it is so, it becomes cos of 90 plus theta. We know that cos of 90 plus theta, it is minus sine theta. But in the place of theta, it is 90 plus theta. Now this is equal to, write down the minus as it is. We proved sine of 90 plus theta, it is cos theta. Sine of 90 plus theta, it is cos theta. Therefore, one can write cos of 180 plus theta, which is equal to minus cos theta. Now, try to connect 180 plus theta for tangent of a function. We know that the tangent of an angle is a ratio from sine of an angle divided by cosine of an angle. Right? We proved now only sine of 180 plus theta, it is minus sine theta. Cos of 180 plus theta, it is minus cos theta. So now it is sine by cos, it is tan. Therefore, one can write tangent of 180 plus theta, which is equal to tangent of theta only. Tan of 180 plus theta is equal to tan theta. Now, try to connect the same angle for cot. We know that cot is a reciprocal for tan. It is 1 by tan of 180 plus theta. We know that tan of 180 plus theta is tan theta. 1 by tan theta, it is nothing but a cot theta. Therefore, we conclude that cot of 180 plus theta is always equal to cot theta. Cot of 180 plus theta is equal to cot theta. Now, secant of 180 plus theta. We know that secant is a reciprocal for cos. But we proved cos of 180 plus theta as minus cos theta. It is there only. It is minus 1 by cos, it is secant. Thus, we can write secant of 180 plus theta is always equal to minus secant theta. So, last one it is cosecant of 180 plus theta. Cosecant of 180 plus theta, you can rewrite as 1 by sine of 180 plus theta. We proved sine of 180 plus theta as minus sine theta, which is equal to minus 1 by sine. We know that it is cosecant theta. Thus, we say cosecant of 180 plus theta is always equal to minus cosecant theta. This is how the 6 trigonometric functions results on their right hand side when they are connected to 180 plus theta. Once again, you can check the result using the ASTC rule of sines. 180 plus theta, definitely it is coming under third quadrant. According to ASTC rule of sine, only tangent and its reciprocal cotangent is positive there. So I mean, when 180 plus theta is connected to tan and cot, the result obtained on the right hand side is positive. Let us see here. Tan of 180 plus theta is plus tan theta. Cot of 180 plus theta is plus cot theta. And rest of all other trigonometric functions, whatever may be there on the right hand side, but the result is there with negative sign only, because all other trigonometric functions are negative when they are connected to the angle coming under third quadrant except tan and cot. So this is how the results are resulted in the third quadrant for the allied angle. Now the next concept is the same only. Connect all the 6 trigonometric functions for an angle 270 minus theta with those of theta. Let us see how they are resulted. Now, connect all the 6 trigonometric functions for an angle 270 minus theta. Now, sine of 270 minus theta. Now, you can write sine of, split 270 as 180 plus 90 because 180 plus 90 gives 270. So, remaining is minus theta. As that of the previous cases, assume 90 minus theta as theta in your mind. If you assume like that, now it becomes sine of 180 plus theta. We proved that the sine of 180 plus theta is minus sine theta. In the place of theta, what is there? It is 90 minus theta, which is equal to minus. Sine of 90 minus theta, it is cos theta. Therefore, the summary is sine of 270 minus theta is always equal to minus cos theta. Now, cos of 270 minus theta, which is equal to cos of, as usual, you can split the 270 as 180 plus 90, write down minus theta as it is. Now assume 90 minus theta as theta. If it is theta, it becomes cos of 180 plus theta. Cos of 180 plus theta, we know that it is minus cos theta. In the place of theta, it is 90 minus theta. Right? Now this is minus cos of 90 minus theta. We proved it as a minus sin theta. Now this is used as, so cos of 270 minus theta, which is equal to minus sin, then tan of 270 minus theta, one can write as sine of 270 minus theta divided by cos of 270 minus theta. But we know that sine of 270 minus theta is minus cos theta, and cos of 270 minus theta is minus sin theta. Minus minus gets cancelled. Cos by sine, which is equal to cot theta. Thus, we can write, so tan of 270 minus theta, which is equal to cot theta. Tan of 270 minus theta is equal to cot theta. Now, cot is reciprocal for tan. This is equal to 1 by tan of 270 minus theta But tan of 270 minus theta, it is cot theta. Now 1 by cot theta, it is tan theta. Therefore, one can write cot of 270 minus theta is equal to tan theta. Right? Then secant of an angle, we know that it is a reciprocal for cos. It is 1 by cos of 270 minus theta. But we proved cos of 270 minus theta, it is minus sine theta minus 1 by sine theta is equal to cosecant theta. So therefore, secant of 270 minus theta is always equal to minus cosecant theta. So finally, the last one is cosecant of 270 minus theta. It is equal to 1 by sine of 270 minus theta, which is equal to sine of 270 minus theta, it is cos theta, minus cos theta. It is minus 1 by cos, it is secant theta. Therefore, one can write cosecant of 270 minus theta as minus secant theta. So these are the 6 results obtained when we connect the trigonometric functions for an angle 270 minus theta with those of theta. Once again, these results are also confirmation test for the ASTC rule. Please remember, this 270 minus theta is coming under third quadrant. In the third quadrant, according to ASTC rule, only tan and cot are positive. That's why when we connect to 270 minus theta for tangent of a function, the result on the right hand side is positive. When we connect 270 minus theta for cot of an angle, the result on the right hand side is positive, and all other will take a negative sign. This is how. So the angle 270 minus theta is allied to theta when it is connected to all 6 trigonometric functions. Now, try to connect all the 6 trigonometric functions again 270 plus theta. So I just adjust these results by doing a small correction. We are going to connect 270 plus theta for sine. Again, 270 plus 270, you can split it as 180 plus theta. Write down the plus theta as it is. Now you assume 90 plus theta as theta. Then it becomes sine of 180 plus theta. We know that sine of 180 plus theta is minus sine theta. In the place of theta, it is 90 plus theta. Right? So minus you can write as it is. We know that sine of 90 plus theta is equal to cos theta. Therefore, sine of 270 plus theta is equal to minus cos theta. So, sine of 270 plus theta is equal to minus cos theta. Like that. Cos of 270 plus theta we are going to write. As usual, 270 we split it as 180 plus 90. So the rest is plus theta. As it is 90 plus theta, you have to assume it as a theta. Then it is cos of 180 plus theta. Cos of 180 plus theta, we know that it is minus cos theta. In the place of theta, it is 90 plus theta. Now minus, we know that cos of 90 plus theta is minus sine theta. Please remember, we proved in the previous results cos of 90 plus theta is minus sin theta. Minus into minus, it is plus sin theta. Therefore, one can write cos of 270 plus theta is equal to sin theta, right? Similarly, tan of 270 plus theta can be written as sin of 270 plus theta by cos of 270 plus theta. Sin of 270 plus theta, we know that it is minus cos theta. Cos of 270 plus theta is equal to sin theta. Now, minus cos theta divided by sin theta is minus cot theta. Therefore, the conclusion is tan of 270 plus theta is equal to minus cot theta. Now, cot of 270 plus theta, cot of 270 plus theta, which is equal to 1 by tan of 270 plus theta. So, 1 by, we proved tan of 270 plus theta, it is minus cot theta. 1 by cot theta is tan theta, minus is there, therefore it is minus tan theta. Thus, we can write cot of 270 plus theta is equal to minus tan theta. Then the secant of 270 plus theta, you can rewrite it as 1 by cos of 270 plus theta. So 1 by, we proved cos of 270 plus theta as sin theta. Therefore, 1 by sin theta, it is cosecant theta. Therefore, secant of 270 plus theta is equal to cosecant theta only. The last one is cosecant of 270 plus theta. So it is a reciprocal of sine. Therefore, it is 1 by sine of 270 plus theta, which is equal to 1 by sine of 270 plus theta. We proved that it is minus cos theta. Minus 1 by cos, it is secant. Therefore, you can write cosecant of 270 plus theta is equal to minus secant theta. So in this way, the results are obtained when we connect all the trigonometric functions for 270 plus theta with those of theta. Once again, you can check these results using the quadrant rule of sines. Please note that this angle 270 plus theta is coming under fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, the possible angles are 270 plus theta and 360 minus theta. So, when we connect 270 plus theta, which is an angle coming under fourth quadrant, according to ASTC rule, only cos and its reciprocal secant will take a positive sign. Observe here, cos of 270 plus theta is plus something, secant of 270 plus theta is plus something. And the rest of the trigonometric functions, when they are connected to 270 plus theta, whatever may be in its right hand side, sign with a negative sign. Right? This is how, so the results are. Let us try to connect again by following the same convention. All the trigonometric functions for an angle 360 minus theta. 360 minus theta with those of theta. Now, once again, the intention is repeated. We are connecting all the 6 trigonometric functions for an angle 360 minus theta with those of theta. As usual, let us start our discussion with sine of a function. So, the similar procedure we have to follow, but we should write the result because these results are very important for the future classes. As usual, As we split the 270 as 180 plus 90, now you can split this 360 as 270 plus 90. 270 plus 90, it is 360. Write down this minus theta as it is. Now observe here, 90 minus theta, as in the previous cases, we have to assume it as a theta. If you assume it like that, the entire thing becomes sine of 270 plus theta. We proved sine of 270 plus theta is minus cos theta. Theta means 90 minus theta. But cos of 90 minus theta, we know that it is sine theta. Minus previously it is there, therefore it is minus sine theta. Therefore, sine of 360 minus theta is always equal to minus sine theta. Sine of 360 minus theta is always equal to minus sine theta. Now, cos of 360 minus theta. As in case of the previous result, 360 you can split it as a 270 plus 90. It is minus theta. Assume this 90 minus theta as theta. It becomes cos of 270 plus theta. Cos of 270 plus theta, we proved it as a sine theta. In the place of theta, it is 90 minus theta. Right? In the place of theta, it is 90 minus theta. We also know sine of 90 minus theta, which is equal to cos theta. Therefore, one can write cos of 360 minus theta, which is equal to cos theta. 360 minus theta is equal to cos theta only. Now, tan of 360 minus theta, one can write it as a sine of 360 minus theta divided by cos of 360 minus theta. We proved sine of 360 minus theta as minus sine theta and cos of 360 minus theta as cos theta. Then it is minus sine by cos, it is tan. So the conclusion is, so tan of 360 minus theta is always equal to minus tan theta. Tan of 360 minus theta is equal to minus tan theta. Then, so cot of 360 minus theta. As we know, cot of an angle is a reciprocal for tan. Therefore, it is 1 by tan 360 minus theta. We proved tan of 360 minus theta as minus tan theta. Then this is minus 1 by tan theta. We know that it is cot theta. Therefore, the conclusion is cot of 360 minus theta is always equal to minus cot theta. Cot of 360 minus theta is always equal to minus cot theta. Then secant of 360 minus theta, we can write it as a 1 by cos of 360 minus theta. This is equal to 1 by cos of 360 minus theta. We proved it as a cos theta. 1 by cos, we know that it is secant theta. Therefore, we proved, so secant of 360 minus theta is always equal to secant theta only. Then last one, it is cosecant of 360 minus theta. So we know that cosecant is a reciprocal for sine. Sine of 360 minus theta. But we write sine of 360 minus theta as minus sine theta. It is minus sine theta. This is minus 1 by sine. We know that it is. Thus, the conclusion is cosecant of 360 minus theta, which is equal to minus cosecant theta. Cosecant of 360 minus theta is equal to minus cosecant theta. So by observing all the 6 obtained result, the concept is very much clear. We are connecting all the 6 trigonometric functions for an angle 360 minus theta, and we are expressing the same on its right hand side only in terms of theta. In this way, 360 minus theta are allied to theta when they are connected to the trigonometric functions. Once again, you can check the results using ASTC rule as it is. As we all know, 360 minus theta is an angle coming under 4th quadrant. In the 4th quadrant, only cos and its reciprocal will take a positive sign, rest will take a negative sign. That's why when 360 minus theta is connected to cos and secant, the results obtained on the right hand side are positive. The remaining 4 results are taken a negative sign on their right hand side. So this is how we are connecting the 360 minus theta with those of theta. Now the next concept is try to connect all the 6 trigonometric functions for an angle 360 plus theta. So with those of theta, I just adjust all these results for 360 plus theta. So you just keenly observe the result, then you can come to know, because all the results are analogous to the previous one. Now sine of 360 plus theta. Write down 360 as 270 plus 90. Rest is plus theta. As it is, assume 90 plus theta as theta. It becomes sine of 270 plus theta. We know that sine of 270 plus theta is minus cos theta. Minus cos. In the place of theta, it is 90 plus theta. Right? So we know that minus as it is cos of 90 plus theta, it is minus sine theta. Cos of 90 plus theta is minus sine theta. Minus into minus, it is plus sine theta. Therefore, sine of 360 plus theta is equal to sine theta. This is how 360 plus theta is connected to theta for sine. For cos, this 360 as it is 270 plus 90, this plus theta as it is. As usual, this is theta for you time being. Read it as a cos of 270 plus theta. We know that cos of 270 plus theta is sine theta. In the place of theta, it is 90 plus theta. But we know that sine of 90 plus theta is equal to minus cos theta. Sorry, sine of 90 plus theta is cos theta because it is coming under first quadrant. Sine of 90 plus theta is equal to cos theta. Therefore, so the result is sine of 360 plus theta is equal to cos theta only. Now, tan of 360 plus theta, it is a sine to cos ratio. We know that sine of 360 plus theta is equal to sine theta. Cos of 360 plus theta is equal to cos theta. Sine by cos, it is tan. Therefore, tan of 360 plus theta is equal to tan theta. Then cot of 360 plus theta is equal to 1 by tan of 360 plus theta. 1 by, we know that tan of 360 plus theta is equal to tan theta. 1 by tan theta is equal to cot theta. Therefore, cot of 360 plus theta is equal to cot theta. Now, secant of 360 plus theta, we can write it as a 1 by cos of 360 plus theta. We proved cos of 360 plus theta as cos theta, 1 by cos theta as secant theta. Thus, we can write secant of 360 plus theta is equal to secant theta only. So last but not the least, cosecant of 360 plus theta, you can write it as 1 by sine of 360 plus theta, which is equal to 1 by sine of 360 plus theta. We know that it is sine theta. 1 by sine theta, it is cosecant theta. Therefore, cosecant of 360 plus theta is equal to cosecant theta only. So all these 6 results represents so how the 360 plus theta is allied to theta when they are connected to trigonometric functions. Once again, you can check the results by using the ASTC rule. 360 plus theta, as we all know, it's the angle which is coming under first quadrant. So in the first quadrant, in the first quadrant, all the trigonometric functions are positive. That's why observe all the 6 right hand sides result, all they are assigned with a positive sign. So in this way, so all the 6 trigonometric functions results when they are connected to 360 plus theta with those of theta. Please remember, listeners, even though it seems to be a boring and a tedious procedure, these are the very basic steps and language for the further classes. So if you are practicing these results and the previous results in a well-defined manner, then the rest of the syllabus seems to be very easy for you. When I wrote here, all the results seems to be very simply. So without practicing all these results, if you open your pen and put on the paper, practically it is not possible. But understand the concepts clearly, apply the rules clearly, so you can practice the results. Definitely, you are very frequently remember the results. So in the next class, so try to analyze these results once again, because these results are very, very important. After analyzing all these results, so try to work out few problems related to these results which are concerned to your examination point of view also. So thank you, Ananda. Thank you. Okay,